If anyone has any spare 800k lying around, then please send it to me. Inheritance, we'll call it. I will do very, very, very unspeakable things.
Stop it. Get some help.
This man thinks he's in an online relationship with this woman.
Okay.
Beautiful girl, very beautiful girl. I think I've always had a passion for Asian women.
Michael dished out 10.
Just for the love of everything that's holy in this world, can we make it 5-10 seconds without the men on this show just outing themselves as pigs? Huh? Oink, oink. I've got a better one for you. You donkey. And it's fitting, E-or, because you've taken E, or you have serious problems. Red flag. A passion for Asian women. Great. Man's described it as if it's just some sort of video game. I've got a passion for video games. I've got a passion for wrestling. But quite clearly, you might have been suplexed onto your head one too many times. You've clearly lost the plot. Run. Whoever is in this man's life, run away, because he's got a passion. He's a human being, right? Passion for a certain group of human beings. Do you know how insane, just disgusting? Why are we helping him? I would have closed the phone as soon as he said that.
Of thousands of dollars to get his internet girlfriend Z back to the United States.
I took cash advances off of a couple credit cards, the money that I had in savings. She tried to go to the airport and leave. They had flagged her passport.
Right.
Michael has logged into her bank account and saw close to $800,000.
$782,000 sitting in a bank account in Hong Kong.
The only downside was her account was locked.
No, the only downside here is that once again, we have another man, in quotations, of course, on this show who's just a pig. It's very concerning that 99% of the men that come onto this show, I've been scammed, they're all pigs. It's insane. And it's very telling of who the demographic of men that get scammed is, isn't it? In before someone who is not like this has been scammed. But guess what? From what I've seen from the show, it's only dirty men. So, and in particular the romance side of things. Obviously, when I watch Kit Boga, for example, there are older men who get scammed by a refund scam, for example. That's not them being a pig. That's just them, oh, I've got a refund. Let me check it out. But these men, once again in quotations, bad things need to happen.
Police! Police! Help!
Get a grip. But you can't. Because if you did get a grip, we wouldn't be in this situation. Because the horniness would be gone, wouldn't it? Except, this isn't a case of just being horny. You're a pig.
Police! Help! Police! Help!
Hoping she comes home, we get married, and we live happily ever after.
Has she been known to be a liar?
I don't know. I mean, that's why I came to you guys.
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Before we get into it, I must stress right off the bat, one, the language he's used already has already painted him in a despicable light. But that picture that we see flashing up of, forgot his name, don't really want to know his name, but that's not the same person as the one speaking on the camera to the Catfish team. So you're catfishing yourself.
Hello, my name's Michael. I'm 53 years old. I live down in Jacksonville, Florida by myself. I'm retired U.S. Army. I have two daughters that are grown adults. I've got grandkids. I love riding motorcycles. That is a big
so sorry to David, but that looks slightly like David in this picture. That side profile. David, you might want to, I don't know, you wrestle, maybe slap on a luchador mask or something, just so you don't have to be compared to this guy.
That is a big passion of mine. I was a big kind of a track football star in high school, good looking and smart through high school, through...
Editing H here. Who remembers Ron? Do you remember Ron? Mr. Jeremy Ron looking ass. Never want to imagine that in here again. Delete, delete. But who remembers him and how much he used to talk about himself in high school? What is it with these men that just, I must talk about myself in high school when I was younger and, oh, I was so handsome back then, wasn't I? Look, I did this. I was in the track team or whatever. You are 53 years old? Anything else?
The military. Never had a problem with dating what I thought was a good-looking woman. What do they say? Don't date no scrubs. I didn't date no scrubs. I've always dated anywhere between 10 to 18 years younger than me.
Oh my I'm gonna eat this. I'm going to devour the red flag. What am I hearing here? I'm gonna stand my ground because I remember I did an age gap sort of video before and got a few people who not a fan, we'll say, of my stance on age gap relationships. By all means, the age gap I don't have an issue with. But when you say I've always dated 10 to 18 years younger, first of all, that's quite a broad range you've got there, Michael. But my issue now becomes, so when you're, 28? Are you dating an 18-year-old? And God forbid you go and extend the 10-year gap to the 10-18. Yeah, it's concerning. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I'll stand my ground that if you are significant age demographics apart, you need help. I'm sorry, not sorry at the same time. And it's the men. It's concerning because we love to criticize the women on this show. Why would you assume that someone that young would go for you, right? It's the same in this instance. And it's never not been that instance. So I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just flabbergasted, we'll say. I'm getting so heated, if you can't tell. I kind of don't want to continue. Just for once, can a man on this show just, be scammed normally? We hit it off. We're age appropriate. As stupid as it was, who remembers that guy who thought Jennifer Aniston loved him? At least that was age appropriate, But quite literally in real life, you only date 10 to 18. Okay, oh great. Someone check this man's hard drive.
I think I've always kind of had a passion for Asian women. My youngest daughter, her mother was from Thailand. We met at a little local restaurant, started dating. I got her pregnant. We got married. My daughter was born December 26, 1992. She picked up a gambling habit. She had a lot of debt. Eventually, she left me. She left when my daughter was very young and never seen her again. After my wife had left, a couple women actually moved in with me and my daughter. We got engaged, just never worked out to marriage. A couple years ago, when I broke up with a long-term girlfriend here in town, it brought me to start looking for Asian women online. I would find someone, talk to them 2 or 3 months. They would end up wanting money for some reason or another. I'd leave that relationship. find another person, start dating somebody else for a while.
Yeah, shut up, man. Shut up, Michael. Shut up. We rarely speak about the children, for example, of the victims, unless, of course, there's been a few times that I've mentioned them. But in this instance, I can't imagine, I don't understand why the wife or the mother of the child left. Granted, she was having difficulties with gambling and she was in debt, but I'm not sure why she left. I don't know. We'll never get the answer to that, really. But I empathize with the daughter in that your mother has left and your father is consistently bringing women in and out of the house. It just creates a troubled, or it was already a broken home as soon as the mother left. But to bring women in and out, that doesn't make anything better. And the home just continuously fractures. So I can't imagine how it must feel being the daughter. But she's of an age now where hopefully she understood, I guess, that the mother had to leave. I'm still a bit confused. Let me know in the comments. Sometimes I don't understand everything fully. So let me know in the comments, why would the mother leave? Maybe I don't know.
Pick myself up, wipe myself off, and said everything's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. Around Christmas time, I'm sitting here by myself as I am the last few Christmases, and I wake up, feed the dog, make my coffee, and kind of text everybody that's in my contacts. I happen to text this current girl, and then from there we kind of decided to pick up a chat, and by the first of the new year we started talking on the telephone.
I'm gonna stop you there because that's a red flag. The red flag here is, I love it when the obviously dickhead individuals spin a story. My life is hard. And this is why I've been scammed, because my wife left me. And by the way, I didn't appreciate the fact that he said, I got her pregnant. What do you mean? Don't you get pregnant together? I know it's the woman that gets pregnant, but if you're together, especially in a marriage, you're both gonna have a child together. I got her pregnant. That's just like, that's like bar talk, right? When guys meet up, yeah, I got her pregnant. Yeah, I had sex with her. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Second of all, you've messaged everyone in your contact list. What's the likelihood that they include family members? Any friends? Or is it just all women you've met online and you've decided, I'm gonna spark up a conversation by using the holiday as an excuse? You can't fool me. Because if the scammer is already in your contact list, that's a concern, isn't it? Isn't it?
Her name's Z-H-I. Z Hong. 5'7", black hair, brown eyes, maybe 115, 120 pounds, almond eyes, like most Asians. Beautiful girl, very beautiful girl. She's always dressed nicely when I see her.
Like most Asians. You have a very big problem. But we'll carry on, right?
She sounds like she's kind of been raised in an English setting. I can tell the Asian accent, but she has that little bit of like an old English slang. When I first met her, she was supposedly living in Jacksonville.
Look. You see, here's the problem here. Jacksonville, where AEW is. Wrestling, who cares? That's not you right now, is it, Michael? Let's be honest here. It's just not, right? Get a grip of yourself. All of the victims on this show, can you use pictures of yourself currently if you're going to look online for love? You are a catfish as well.
Supposedly living in Jacksonville. I thought she was Chinese because it said that she had lived in Hong Kong before. I thought I was pretty good at knowing different Asians from
Oh, this guy, you know, his dirty passion for Asians is basically him saying he fetishizes. That's a struggle of a word, isn't it? Fetishizes Asian women. There's no two ways about it. Stop beating around the bush and paint. The victims on this show, they love to paint themselves in a good light and use words that have positive connotations to describe very negative depictions, right? It's a passion. You don't have passion for a certain group of people that you like to date. That sounds so horrid, but that's essentially what this guy is basically describing. You have a fetish, isn't it? The things I want to say, I can't because of YouTube and slapping me on the ass and stuff. But
for Asians, she told me that she was Vietnamese American. Her dad was a refugee and met her mother in California. Her dad went back to Vietnam.
I will say, what is with the music here being upbeat? Like we're about to find the scroll that we've been looking for 17 years. You know, that kind of vibe. Oh my God. It's exciting and happy and motivational. I find it a bit weird that that's playing during this.
She was around 5 years old, and she just said, I grew up with my mother. I was married, divorced from 3 years. So she tells me she's been in Jacksonville, in the town that I'm in. So we got to know each other a little bit, just kind of general talking. She would call me and talk to me for 5-10 minutes. She told me she had worked for the WHO, which is supposed to be the World Health Organization. She took off one afternoon, said she was deploying to Turkey. Okay. She got a Turkish phone number, and we continued the conversation. I just call her Z, honey, babe, sweetheart.
Who asked? Huh? How about you shove turkey legs up your ass and do one? How about that?
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
Again, we're off to Turkey. That's great. There's just never any other country, Syria or Turkey. And recently, it's just been Turkey, Turkey, Turkey. We're not at Thanksgiving with a very large family. Why is there so much turkey going on? I think it's the Catfish team trying to play pranks on me. Even though I'm not from Turkey. But I'm Turkish. You get the point? Before someone says, are you really Turkish? No. I'm Turk-ish. No, I'm a Cypriot. I am Turkish. Get a grip of yourself. How about I get a grip of myself? I don't know what I'm talking about here. If you're new here, hello. Welcome to the ramblings. If you're not new here, thank you for all the support. It's been a struggle recently in the home lives, and I haven't been feeling well. I don't know if my nose sounds nasally, but yeah, we truck on, as they say. Gotta deliver. As they also say, no one says that. Why did I pause this? I've lost the reason why I've paused this.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
So a lot of times she'll call me boo. When she'll text me, she'll say, love you. And I'll say, I love you more. And she'll say, I love you to death. Very upbeat, very spunky. We've only had a few arguments, and that was basically over money issues. She had texted me, how are you doing? I'm still not feeling well. Told me that she had went to the hospital, didn't know what her symptoms was. Then
first of all, what are her symptoms? You have a symptom of being a pig. When you work for the World Health Organization, anyone in the comments work for the WHO? The WHO, not the band. But what is her job? Why was she deployed? I'm confused. Maybe she's a nurse? Do they have nurses at the WHO? I don't know, to be honest. I don't really understand what's going on. I don't understand why the WHO are deploying people to Turkey. I haven't heard anything about Turkey needing medical help or there's a health crisis. In before there might be, who knows? Get a grip of yourself, Michael. Michael. I don't know why I said it like Michael. You are not cool. Michael, do you get it? Oh, for the love of everything that's holy, let's also not gloss over the fact that he unironically used the word spunky to describe someone. I don't like this man.
He told me, he said, hey, I found out that my appendix needs to be removed.
That's not good.
And then she said, I really need your help. I don't know how to reach out to anybody else. What can you do for me?
How about, since you've been deployed by the World Health Organization, they would cover for a surgery, especially an emergency like an appendix removal. You'd think that, surely. This isn't someone who's self-employed, who's just a contractor. I'm freelance. No. It's concerning once again that this man can't see the obvious red flags. But when you are one yourself, can you see yourself? That doesn't make sense, but kind of.
I said, well, what is it that you need? She came out and told me, she said, they need $3,000 to start the procedure. So I decided to send money. I kind of thought, well, why not just give her some?
I'm sorry, that is not the same person. What happened to Z's face here? She's gained the jawline, apparently. She didn't have one before. Now she does. Did she go for an appendix surgery and they gave her a free jawline as well? What's happened here? So you are being catfished whilst also having a picture of yourself that is not even you currently, so you are a catfish. So the catfish is getting catfished by the catfish who's using different catfish pictures. My head is exploding.
Was for hospital bills, and I felt like it was the kindness out of my heart that I was doing it, and it just escalated from there. Yes. I have what's called Zelle through my bank account. It's $1,000 max a day, so it took me 3 days in a row to send her money. And
do you know, I love it. Side note, right? I love it when they start describing the service of other accounts or other things, right? Zelle, or you can only do a max of 1K. It took me why do you work for Zelle? Is this sponsored? Zelle, sponsor me. I'd give you a better sponsorship message than Michael, that's for sure.
Meantime, these 3 or 4 days that went by, her appendix busted. Goodness. So then they took her into emergency surgery, which...
Sorry to pause it so soon after. Not... My appendix ruptured and I need emergency surgery. Yeah, incredible strength shown by Z here. I've never experienced, but I've had a long time ago a friend say that, side note, we're not really friends anymore, but what am I on about here? The friendship severed, that ruptured. But when his appendix burst, he was telling me that you scream all sorts, but Z has time to, with proper punctuation as well, send a message to Michael. Wow, that's incredible. She's really strong. It's like Iron Woman or something. Well done.
Emergency surgery, which cost more. I sent her some more money while she was in there. She actually sent me a picture of the bill that they had written in Turkish. It was like the hospital bill. She said, honey, is there any way you can help me pay part of this? So I said, I'll send you like, $2,000 more.
$2,000 more. Well, great English there. Coming from me, who rarely speaks it properly. That could... I need to pose the question, for the love of everything that's holy once again, and I know we're talking about very unholy things in Michael, but where do they get this money from? It's I don't want to say it's concerning, because great, you've worked for your money, but quite literally they have too much money. And it's concerning. Now, I understand your daughters are grown up, but we're going to support the daughters. Are we going to do anything? We haven't mentioned the daughters, to be honest, other than from before. Yeah, they're all grown up now. Don't see why he would need to mention them, but hopefully you understand my point. We could use this money to so much better use. But hey, in the name of Asian love, hey, Michael?
Was in the hospital recovering.
Wow, she
I think
looks
she's
also a different person once again. She has a different nose. So she got a nose job, a free jawline as well after the appendix surgery. So I'm actually surprised it costs that little. But what an image, eh? She's got makeup on and everything. Yes.
stayed in the hospital almost 2 weeks before she was released. I said, get yourself and get out of town. Get back here to the United States. She tried to go to the airport and leave. And when she was trying to leave, they had flagged her passport.
Why?
Then she had to go back and report back to the hospital because they were the ones who flagged it.
What?
They said, hey, you tried to dip out of town without paying. Within a matter of 3 or 4 days, they said, no, we don't trust you. We're not.
What's just happened here, man? What's she gonna say? They won't remove the flag from my passport until I pay my entire bill. How about this flag? Yeah? This is the most important flag here. So you've run away. But I'm not sure how any of this works. You've got stitches, I'm assuming, or something. How are you running? How are you legging it from the hospital with your free nose job, your free jawline? Look at this picture here. Her jawline is not chiseled here, is it? So what's happened? Second of all, Michael is okay, apparently, with his potential lover committing crimes against doctors, of all people. I'm not saying I'm not saying crimes should be committed on anyone. But doctors who've saved your life, no, I'm not paying you, I'm running away. Oh, honestly, that's incredible. That's a red flag in itself. Real Bonnie and Clyde story we've got here, Michael, eh? Third, is there a third one? Third one is he has a passion for Asian people. How about that? Don't forget that.
You're going to remove the flag off your passport. You got to pay the whole bill.
So, also sorry for pausing it right away. He looks like he's about to sneeze. I might sneeze with the amount of bullshit that's coming out of his mouth. But when she came back to the hospital after running away and committing a crime, they didn't arrest her. They said, no, it's okay, sorry. No worries, just pay us, please. I don't think that's how it would work. I think she'd be in jail.
Came through and paid the whole bill. I took cash advances off of a couple credit cards.
Also, how can I forget this? The money that he sent, red flag in itself. But why did she run away if she had the money to pay for the surgery? So, no reason you've just run away, huh? So you ran and you stole from the hospital, and you've actually stolen from Mike as well because he sent you the money to use it for the hospital, and it's a great story, isn't it?
The money that I had in savings to get that all to her took several days.
To be honest.
So at that point, I was just about $20,000 in. She had rescheduled her airplane ticket so many times, I ended up buying her a full price plane ticket. So I paid for that. I was sending all the money through Bitcoin ATM. She turns around and sends me an itinerary. She leaves the hotel. Do
you know what's funny here? Just imagine someone in stitches, in pain, running away from the hospital, quite literally running away from the law, but they have time to visit Bitcoin machines to withdraw money. Oh, great. I must emphasize, by the way, that I couldn't give a shit about Michael. This is one of those stories where I don't care if you've been scammed, right? Someone might say that's harsh, but I don't care. You know, I don't wish anything bad, right? Because that would incriminate me. But I don't care that you've been scammed.
In an Uber, she gets on the plane. She arrives in Qatar.
Why?
She had 24 pills on her, a certain painkiller that she did not have a prescription for.
She is a criminal, Z. They say my painkillers are illegal in Qatar. Why are you in Qatar, first of all? I'm assuming it's a layover or some kind. But what? I don't understand this story. There's so much crime she's committing. But Michael is okay with it because he needs his Asian lover, doesn't he? I hate this man. My dislike has grown into hate in the Spain. This is Spain. If you take away the S, there is much pain.
Took her into custody, said that was an illegal drug in their country, and they were going to contain her. She texted me for the next couple of days while she was in the police hold at the airport. And then on Monday, they took her to see the judge, and the judge told her that it was 12 months or $16,500. So she's been sitting in a jail.
Well, hold on a second. So she's been sitting in a jail, but she has her phone on her. They allowed her. Keep the phone. No worries. You can text whoever you want. We don't care. I'm definitely sure the Qatar police are not allowing privileges like that. But also, the fact we didn't cover if she paid the hospital or not. Or maybe I've just missed it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But we've left. She should be arrested, actually. Because she is a criminal. Everywhere she goes, she's doing crimes. And she works for the World Health Organization, by the way. We've made no effort to mention the WHO again, by the way. In all of this, her being arrested, etc. You'd think being, working for the WHO, you'd have some lawyers. No.
Qatar since about right around Valentine's Day. I just kept saying, hey, here's a copy of the embassy phone number in Qatar. I sent her all that information. And I said, just give them the medicine. Tell them, let you be on your way. She said, it doesn't work like that, honey. It doesn't work like that. They're taking my phone away from me. Then
just now.
4 or 6 hours would go by, and then she'd say, I asked to speak to you again, and they're allowing me to use my phone just for a few minutes because you're my only savior. 3 or 4 days went by, and I had no word from her whatsoever. When she got to jail, she ended up texting me from a new number, and it has this other girl's profile picture, and her name is Chariha. I don't know how to say it properly. She tells me she's a security guard, and for the right amount of money, the security guard will let people use her phone.
So basically, this is corruption. There is a mole inside the Qatar prison. That's insane. Fair play. What a story we've got brewing up here. Someone's left the tea bag in the cup for too long. It's brewed too much. It's disgusting. Nothing makes sense. A criminal potential lover, I guess. A pig who has a passion for Asian people. Oh, just disgrace. The fact I have to keep repeating that, by the way. Pig butchering. If this was a pig butchering scam and we'd be fattening up the pig, it's funny then, isn't it? And we've got corrupt police now, corrupt security. What's going on in Qatar? That's a whole nother story, but goodness. Imagine I end up one day just visiting Qatar and I'm fisted. Well, not fisted. They wouldn't fist me. Because that's... What am I saying?
The week while she's at work. She says, hey, will you send me $500 so I can get good food tonight so I can pay the guard the $250 for the week to use the telephone? Sure. And I'll say, I can't right now, but I'll send it on Friday when I get my paycheck.
Sorry to pause it so soon, right? But at what point is this story going to... Obviously, there's nothing in Michael's head, clearly. But at what point is the bell in his head? Obviously, there's no brain up there, so surely you can hear the alarm bells. At what point is he going to say, hold on a second, what the hell? Huh? At what point? I can't believe, no questions asked. I don't have money, I'll get paid on Friday, I'll pay you then so you can bribe the security. Is this a real story? Or are we just creating something out of thin air here.
I was put in jail many years ago.
Oh.
You act decent, they'll treat you decent. You act like a fool, they're going to treat you like a fool in jail.
Okay.
First thing I told her was, I said, you got yourself into this. You have to figure it out. I said, I'm not there and I can't be there for you. I can help the situation as much as possible, but I'm not there. Pretty much suck it up, buttercup. So I told her, I said, mind your P's and Q's, keep to yourself, make a couple friends.
Bro, everything this guy says, it's like the stereotypical American high school movies, right? And especially you got the bullies, right? Hey, y'all, I just got out of gym class. I scored a high first in gym class. I'm the strongest guy in the whole school. I'm gonna take your girlfriend. You know, that kind, the jock, right? He just sounds so stereotypical. Everything he's saying, he's a parody. Mind your P's and Q's, keep to yourself, make some friends. That's like if you've ever watched Get Hard, and it's not an adult film, I can promise you that. It's a Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell film. That's something like Kevin Hart would say to Will Ferrell when Will was gonna end up in prison, right? That's the kind of shit you'd say. What is going on this floor, by the way? Side note, tangent, anyone ever played The Floor is Lava as a child? Where you'd pretend the floor is lava, shock horror because that's the name, and like you'd jump couch to couch, maybe on the table. Anyone?
She's obviously made friends with this guard because the guard texted me one night and said, just want to let you know, I've kind of taken her under my wing like she's my daughter. So the last time I sent her money was last night.
Story.
She has an inheritance that she's supposed to be getting. I guess her mother passed away in 2017 of cancer.
What do you mean, I guess, by the way? I guess she passed away. Yes or no? What the hell, man?
Inheritance was written up in a will that said you get it when you get married. She hasn't been married
all the time
for a while. So once she gets the right guy, we entered all the paperwork, mom, dad's maiden name.
Wait a second. But yeah, if she was married before, surely it would have been released to her then, the inheritance. Or is this another mystical story? Huh? A mystical... I don't know if we've seen it already. I think it's the next episode, actually, that I've got coming out on Saturday. Because, spoiler alert, I try to record in advance. Doesn't always work, but I try. But I mention in upcoming Saturday's video that... Was it? Or is it some... It might not be that one. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about here. But there was a story where... You know, the father or something, he guesses that his son is... I don't know, all right? I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but always these stories, oh, you have to get married and then you'll get the inheritance, but she's been married so she'd have the inheritance, or is this a case of the parents being mystical and only when they meet a good partner, then the money releases? Because that's how it works.
How long they've been married, where they were born, where I was born. I've spoken with a lawyer in Hong Kong to get the inheritance. He's taken a lot of personal information from me. We've sent paperwork showing that we're going to get married. He took all this paperwork, all my information. The lawyer kind of got me approved, got the money, deposited into an account. It wasn't a link. I pulled it directly up from the bank. So it all sounds legit. I now currently have $782,000 sitting in a bank account in Hong Kong. I get ready to transfer the money to a bank account here in the United States, and the bank tells me that she needs to upload a KYC. And when I figured out what that is, they need to upload her front and back of her driver's license. They do the verification, and we can get the money transferred. $782,000. I'm hoping she comes home, we get married, and we live happily ever after.
Shut up.
With or without the inheritance. That doesn't matter to me. I make good money. I have a retirement check from the military. We could live well. The inheritance is just icing on the cake. I'm really in love. I'm really in love. I really love speaking to her.
No, you don't. Right, you can't pull the wool over my 4 eyes, alright? You dirty individual. You can't fool me. You don't love her. Nothing about your voice, your tone of voice screams love. Nothing you've said really screams love. Let's be honest here. What's he said that is so romantic? Oh, he described her a bit earlier, but then also proceeded to say, like most Asians. What does that mean anyway? I don't know. Are we analyzing every Asian person now? Probably that's what he would do anyway. But yeah, nothing about what you haven't spoken about her romantically, for example. All right, cool. You call her honey. Oh, good on you, man. I wish bees swarmed you, stung you on the ass, other bad things that I can't say. But get a grip of yourself, Michael, and any person watching this. I swear to you, if you describe anyone in similar ways, and you don't think it's wrong, you don't think it's disgusting, you don't think you are a donkey, and you're subscribed, then unsubscribe, to be honest. I don't want you here.
For 2 minutes, 5 minutes on the telephone. The little text messages that she sends me inspire me every day.
So
to
she's still in
jump
jail,
up out
is
of bed, to get going, to don't let the customer in front of me ruin my day. I think I love her more than I've ever loved anyone. I just have this feeling that she's going to come home and things are just going to be off the chart. I'll have a riding buddy to ride on the motorcycle, someone to cuddle with, someone to make dinner, have a conversation. No more of this sitting on my telephone playing dating apps, Facebook, sitting out here on the patio all evening long.
You don't
I'll actually have a
dating
companion.
apps.
And I'm happy for that.
Bro, I'm telling you, each one of these pictures, the woman is different.
Everything that I've done so far sounds legit, but you're the one to be able to be the expert to tell me whether it's not.
So why is he
Well,
here?
Seekers, it was time to get to work. We had Zelle transactions, plane tickets, hospital fees, and several images of this woman that claimed to go by the
All
name
a
of Z.
different person.
Brienne jumped into the research while Michael patiently waited to hear back from us. Stick around until the end. We'll break down everything to Michael, and he'll open up to us about why he's so set on dating online.
Well, yeah,
I feel like I've never been so nervous in my life.
it's because he can't get away with just having a cutout image of himself in real life, right? Carrying a massive picture of himself when he was younger. You can't do that, at least online. Here's me from like 20 years ago.
Michael,
Hello.
how are you?
They're
I'm
too
good.
happy.
How's
Too
everything
happy.
been for you waiting for answers from us?
Little tantalized and just waiting to hear answers from you.
I'm sorry.
And I hear
But Bree, I'm not sure that is the correct outfit for Michael interview, Zoom. It looks like she's come dressed for his funeral. Here lies Michael's brain, alongside his morals, of course.
and I didn't hear anything over the weekend right away. So I kind of thought, well, maybe they didn't find anything.
Well, I mean, we did find a lot, and
Yep.
we're going to go through everything.
Michael, something I noticed was that you've had some great success dating in person in the past. Can you tell me a little bit about, your background there and why you chose to switch over to online dating?
I think I switched over to online dating only because I didn't go out as often. My friends are kind of in different cities, so we don't get together all the time. I don't have motorcycle friends around like I used to before.
Editing H here. If you can see, it's kind of dark here because it's night. No rest for the wicked, as they say. And yes, I yap a lot. Anyway, he makes a point there about him not going out as much as his friends have moved to different states or cities or something like that. You'd think I'd know when I've just listened to it back during the edit, but what can I do? I want to make it, or I hope everyone can sort of take something from what I'm about to say when I eventually say it. I think it's very important to of course, I say in regards to relationships, I've said it before, that when you get into a relationship, still make sure that you have your individuality and not make your whole life centered around that one person. Because, of course, if they do end up leaving, unfortunately, now you've given a lot of yourself to the relationship and you've lost everything that you once were before the relationship, if that makes sense. So, in regards to friends, I think it's a similar story. Please don't make or don't revolve your life so much around your friends to the point where you are nothing without them, if that makes sense. Even if they move on, perhaps they get busy with work or something, you are still content within yourself to do things by yourself. Go to the movies, go out to eat. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Don't lose yourself amongst the crowd. Hopefully that makes sense.
I kind of reached out to the online dating community to kind of find something more specific to what I was looking for. Someone a little younger than me. I don't like to date anyone my own age. Someone a little younger, spunkier.
Jesus, oh my Lord, have mercy, man. Just throw it on the floor. Be done with this, man. I don't like to date anyone my own age. Why is that? Why? Why? Why do these people never explain themselves and they just give some vague shithead answers? And again, and ironically, second time he's used spunkier. Who describes people as spunky, bro? That's not good. If I describe myself as spunky, I mean I've covered in cum. What's going on? Oh,
Willing to go out, just bar hopping, or whether it's riding the motorcycle out, having dinner a few nights a week. But at the same time, I like to stay home. I like to cook. I'm a clean freak. The only one I go to is Facebook date site. I don't pay for anything. I don't go to the other ones. I've had very good success online.
that's such a lie, by the way. You don't just use Facebook dating. You went on some Asian dating website earlier. What the hell are you lying for?
I want someone that's going to be successful, someone that's doing her own thing, making her own wages. We come together, then we can make beautiful love together.
So you don't want to take care of a woman and have her be a homemaker. She needs to be working.
Yeah, because I'm looking for someone younger than me.
Why younger?
A few people that I was acquaintances with, once they kind of hit 50, it's like, they pay someone to mow the grass and they come home from work and the wife just cooks them dinner and they sit there and watch football and drink a few drinks and go to bed. And I'm like, I don't want that. I still want someone to be spunky and robust. And
So what you're curious about is if he could find that with someone his own age.
Right.
I don't think so. I got
Shut up! Just leave that there. I'm just going to leave this here as I speak about this next part. Basically, you're not even willing to try, are you? I hate the fact that first of all, this red flag doesn't know what it's doing. I'm just going to leave it there. That failed. I hate the fact that when these older victims continuously say, I'm looking for someone younger, right? Because robust. What the Oh, don't use the F-bomb. I can't be bothered to edit it out. There's absolute realness from me. What is this description? Spunky, robust. Are we talking about cars? Pogo sticks? What the hell are we talking about here, man? This is a human being that this guy is saying, when they get to a certain age, the wife cooks dinner and I'm going to sit back. And that makes zero sense. Because if those are what some 50-year-old men are doing, why don't you be a 50-year-old man who goes outside then? That doesn't make sense. You're using other people's experiences as your own. It's not narcissistic, but it's very What's is victimizing yourself? Victimizing yourself, is that a word? It's like when someone believes that the world is against them. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those cases. Their experiences shouldn't dictate your life. That makes zero sense. And the fact you want someone younger, stop beating around the bush, right? You want someone younger because you think you deserve someone younger. As horrid as that sounds, that's probably what you're thinking.
Friends, their wife's a couple years older than them, and great relationships. Just never worked for me. Never worked for me.
And why is that?
I don't think I've dated anyone my age in the last 25 years.
You're looking for somebody with that same energy that you have.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot to put off.
Me.
That's disgusting. How many times am I going to wave that shit? I've got no idea. So for 25 years, you've always dated someone 10 to 18 years younger. I don't know his exact age right now. But surely... But then he doesn't look old enough to be over a certain age where he wouldn't have been, let's say, 35 not long ago, right? So when you were 35 and let's say 18 years younger, that means 17. I don't need to say anything, do I? I must emphasize this very, very clearly. If you cannot find someone that is to your, what the hell is, wants and needs, which is, his needs is not in a good need way, if that makes sense. His ones, there are ill intentions behind it. Let's not get it twisted. He can't paint the light. I don't like the Catfish team right now, how they've just, yeah. But then again, what can they really do? Start hounding him? Man, I'd like that. Get the UK division up and running. I'm asking hard-hitting questions. But he needs therapy. Because I believe that, one, he's very much chasing something unrealistic, right? And by him lowering the age consistently, oh, younger because they're going to be more lively. Do you know how false that is, right? A lot of people my age, they're lazy. They prefer to stay inside, for example. Me included. I hate going outside. So, and there are, vice versa, there are older people who absolutely love going out, clubbing, theater, restaurants. So this guy doesn't make sense, right? Stop painting it as anything other than you're a pig. You could easily find someone your age, around your age, who also likes to go out. You're a liar.
In the search specialist team here, we were able to take all your information and look through everything. Something that I wanted to start off with was the image of a police officer at the customs gate.
What is this?
She was on her way to fly, and then they flagged her at the gate. Took a picture of the security guard, customs guard.
So we ran a reverse image search, and what we found was the exact image was found on another website. It's actually an article. It describes the customs procedures in southern Florida. How is it that we are able to find an exact match for this image, and it's found in a news article, and she's telling you she took the picture?
Oh. Then she took another picture of her kind of standing in the airport with the turkey banner behind her, the name of the airport.
So looking at this image, it's been altered.
That really is the Turkey airport.
But her image is imposed on top of it?
There's layers of Photoshop.
Really? Then I don't know what else to say.
Has she been known to be a liar?
I don't know. I mean, that's why I came to you guys.
The next thing I want to look at is the bill.
But why? Have we mentioned why we're here? Because it seemed to me that you were just believing everything she was saying. So how have we ended up reaching out to Catfish? Let me know in the comments. Have I missed something?
So she sent you this hospital bill. We took this image, we ran it through reverse image search verification, and what we found was the exact document.
What a
She
shock.
took this sample document, photoshopped the hospital logo onto this document, and then also photoshopped a little bit the text hospital bill that doesn't match any of the
Yeah, I
other
could
text.
tell
Why
that
would
from a
she
mile
send you a
away.
document that's been photoshopped?
Again, another lie.
Yes.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, I am. I really am. Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Our only job is to reveal the
Good.
truth, and that's all we're here to do today.
That's what I needed to know. It's just the truth.
The next thing we want to talk about is the bank account.
And that is why you can't say I'm being too harsh, because he needs to know the truth. He needs to know the way he speaks about women, in particular Asian women. It's disgusting. He needs to know this. I'm surprised that no one around him has mentioned it, I'm assuming. It's very concerning.
So when you would log into this bank account, she had all of this money and the funds were on hold. It became real to you.
I can log on to it. I can see it. I can see where it was a deposit and everything made. I just can't seem to withdraw it and transfer it to the United States because I don't have an image of her ID right now.
You have access to website tools that helps verify information pertaining to a specific website, information such as who owns this website, when it was created, when it was updated.
Do you
And
get
what
it?
we found was this website was actually just created in February.
Oh!
Barely, a month and a half old? And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to put my money in a bank that was just created a month
Facts.
ago.
Right.
Something else that stood out to me is the registry contact information. The
Yeah.
location in there said Accra, Ghana.
Is that in Africa or something?
It is.
It's in West Africa.
Is this man a fool? Is this man a fool? Huh? Is that in Africa or something? Man, is geography a thing? Is it a thing to these people? Because even I've seen Jay Leno do geography questions in like the public, and they always give the most ridiculous answers. So is it a regularly taught thing, lesson, subject in school in America? Let me know, because I'm actually interested. Obviously, here in the UK, we're taught geography, but you don't really learn about the countries that exist, right? You look at volcanoes, you look at, I don't know, what the hell else can I remember from geography days? You look at international law sometimes. Very on the minuscule side, of course. But let me know in the comments, if you are from the US, are you taught geography?
That's where a lot of these types of romance scams are based out of.
I got you.
Do you think that bank account's real now?
Well, it wasn't Nigeria.
From everything
this time,
else you told me, no.
eh?
No, I got a pit in my gut.
Every single time. Like, genuinely, it's concerning how whenever I record these, 99% of the times, police, come get Michael, please.
That's why I reached out to you. I just randomly
Why?
was on Facebook one night and I came across your website and I watched 2 or 3 of them. At the very end, you guys say, hey, if you ever think you've been catfished, reach out to us. This is the thing. It made me
Did you
doubt
reach me?
enough. I wanted someone else that was non-biased to look into it for me.
Me?
This is a romance scam. Everything that Z told you was false.
I am quite literally unbiased AF, right? Despite the catfish team watching me, commenting, I'll call it down the middle. So, you should have come to me, Michael. And I would have told you straight to your face, you are disgusting.
All of the documents were all fraudulent. This person's not in prison at the airport.
They are still
Yeah.
in there, by the way.
Yeah.
They're still in there.
I think you've taken in all the information pretty well. What is kind of going on with you
He's
internally?
probably got so many other
Well,
people
my
on his
best
phone.
friend, we're going to go have a few beers and dinner and probably talk about it. I've got someone here to my support group. So
I know it might be too soon, but what do you think about getting back out there and doing in-person dating?
either one, it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to let this deter me
Oh, you
from
lied.
online dating. The hell if I'm going to give anyone $1.
Never again, right?
But if
Because then that means she doesn't have a job.
well, yeah,
And she needs to have a job. She needs to be 25.
32 because my daughter's 31. I got to date someone older than my daughter. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking her home.
Okay.
Some morals. Some morals. They have to be 32 at least. All right. Haha.
Okay, please do that.
Well, Michael, thank you for reaching out to us.
I do appreciate everything you guys have done. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, bye.
Wow,
All right, have a good day. Bye,
See ya.
Michael.
Of all of the guests that we've had on our show, Michael has the most success dating in person. And he turned to online dating because he was looking for something specific.
When we say success, the most success in person dating, what do we mean by that exactly? Just because he's had various partners doesn't mean he's successful. On contraire, actually. I feel like if you have so many relationships, that would make you unsuccessful. Maybe that's just the way I look at it. Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? That's a bit of an oxymoron. Except not an oxymoron. But you get my point. If he was actually successful at in-person dating, then he would just have one relationship. No one really is successful, let's be honest. Unless truly you meet someone, one person, you stick it out until the day you die, that's success in the terms of probably what they're describing. Because I'm not sure what other way they would be describing it. Maybe in terms of them actually getting into one. Sure, I guess he's successful. But in terms of keeping one, no. But there are various factors probably at play. Don't know too much about his relationships other than the first marriage. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. I think that's quite an interesting question. What would you class as, or who would you class as someone being successful in dating? Someone who's been in a lot of relationships, or someone who's been in one and they've managed to hold on to the relationship for however many years? Let me know your thoughts.
When our search team ran a reverse image search on this woman's photos, we found fake profiles all over the internet. Our team even came across videos of her breaking down what it's like to have her images stolen so much. Michael fell for a textbook romance scam.
Yeah.
If you are looking to find out the truth about your online lover, reach out to our team's email address.
So I will
Share
not be
my
there.
story at socialcatfish.com. We can find the answers you need.
Okay. As the lights will turn off. I like this outro, you know. It's very calming after listening to nonsense, essentially. What is the main take point from that? Guys out there, or any women with guy friends, please, if your friend or someone you know speaks about people, especially women, in this way, can we slap them about? You know? What are you doing? Shut your stupid mouth. Almost dropped the F-bomb again. F-bomb for flag of the red variety. Please get them help, because look, someone's gonna comment, and it's very concerning if someone actually does, but someone might mention having preferences, we'll say, right? Maybe he just prefers Asian women. But goodness, when you say it like that, does it sound better? Yeah, I prefer Asian women. Does it sound better to yourself, huh? So, if you are typing something like that, get a grip of yourself, alright? It's like, oh, I hate to mention her, but Jodie. Do you know how many comments on my reaction are of people saying, Jodie's allowed preferences. If she doesn't want to date a black guy, she can. Do you know how many? Do you know? Now, flip reverse. Jodie hates black people. This guy loves Asian women. But this love, it's not healthy. It's not normal to describe you liking someone as a passion. Get a damn grip of your life, all right? Get a grip tightly. No one says, I like blondes, or I have a passion for blonde people. Just, like, get a grip. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Someone is calling me. I don't know what that number is. I'll tell you that much. If that is Michael, if that's the Qatari police, then be concerned if you never see me again. Bye. See you next time. The playlist as usual. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Much love. Bye.